So this is my outfit that I'm wearing to the LittleStar annual holiday party at Carmel. It's got some really cute jeans, and I just got comfy high top tennis shoes on. And look at this. I kind of feel like a peacock. So I don't know, but I think it's kind of cute. But anyway, it's what I'm wearing today. I don't have a whole lot of red and green. This is it. Sometimes it takes me a while to pull out of my driveway. We moved out here in 2003. We were like totally in the country, but now some businesses and a couple subdivisions have creeped up this way. And so now sometimes like there's actually like traffic. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Well, hello everybody. I haven't vlogged in a while because when I went to my consultation for my eyebrows the other day, I left my camera there. So that was like, was that Thursday night? So I had to go get that first thing yesterday morning, and then Melissa and Victoria and I had to go to the warehouse and like get our cars totally packed down to get our Christmas gift that we give out to the families and all our, our co-workers at LittleStar. Get some of them, some of them had to be transferred from my car to go up to the West Lafayette Center. And I actually did not go to the West Lafayette holiday party last night. I had kind of hurt my back with doing all the lifting that I've been doing over the past 3 weeks, and my back was really sore, and that party was really covered. Like Tim, our COO, was going up there, and Duran, our CXO, was going up there, and Bill, our CFO, was going up there, and then our facilities director is up there. That's where she's kind of stationed, headquartered. So I just felt like, and then Brianne, our CCO, was going to try to get up there, but she just had a baby. I don't know. Like he's like maybe 9 or 10 weeks, but she was going to try to get up there. But since they had so much like good representation, I felt like, okay, if I had to sit one out, this would be the one to sit out. So I did sit that one out because, like I said, my back was a little bit sore. But I'm on my way to the Carmel party now, and that goes from 1 to 3:30. We will have well over 250 people there. That's always it's our biggest center, and we've been in Carmel the longest. So we get like a lot of families that come back, after their child isn't even with LittleStar anymore. That's always fun. And my husband and Brad will stop by. And Brad doesn't necessarily love parties like this because they're very loud, and he is sensitive to loud noises. But the deal is like, he has to come and show up and at least say hi to a couple people. And that's kind of the rule with Bradley. Like, if he just says no to everything, like his world will get really, really small, and we just can't. And he's the kind of child that will do that. He's not one of the kids that wants to, go out and be social all the time. So he has to go and show up, and we usually make him stay for about a half an hour, but then afterwards he gets to go out for Tasty Mexican. So after, he'll make his appearance, stop by, say hi to some people he needs to say hi to. There's people that, Brad's been at like LittleStar since 2005, being a part of it. So he knows a lot of people. So he'll do that, and then he and Pat will go out and have, as he calls it, Tasty Mexican. Have this Mexican restaurant close to LittleStar, and it's called La Hacienda. And we have a funny story about La Hacienda. Our president of our board of directors, Bill, like for some reason he just cannot remember La Hacienda. But it's a very vibrant, colorful Mexican restaurant. So he always calls it, he's like, let's go and meet at, that restaurant. And so he calls it, colorful Mexican restaurant. So we always kind of lovingly call it, colorful Mexican restaurant is what we call it instead of La Hacienda. So anyway, they have delicious food at La Hacienda. So Pat and Brad will go there. And then at our party today, we're going to have that really cool photo booth that we have at all of them. And then we have Santa. And Santa is actually a former employee of ours. He's kind of, moved on to other things, but his wife still works at LittleStar. So he's going to come back and be Santa. And it was really cute because he was Santa last year, and his kids were young, and they didn't catch on that he was Santa. But, so that was fun. And of course, we have Reindeer and Elf. So we have to find a reindeer and elf for Newburgh and Clarksville because we couldn't find any down there, and this reindeer company won't transport the reindeers that far, and it is far. It's like a 3.5-hour drive to the Newburgh Center and a 2-hour drive to the Clarksville Center. So we have to find local reindeers. But they went up with this little, and it's a baby reindeer, and people say, the reindeer actually comes inside. It's like, yep, they come inside. So we'll have, and it's not very cold this weekend. It's 43 degrees, so that's not bad. But yeah, so we'll have an elf, a reindeer, Santa. We have done this party for a long time. And so some of the people who run the party, like myself, Melissa, Lulu, she's Tim, our chief operations officer, it's his mother-in-law. And some of we have like food runners, like we'll all be, you know, wired up to walkie-talkies so we can make sure that everybody knows what's going on. And Shelly, our facilities manager. But, you know, we have people come in, and of course they've got their kids, they've got their coats on, they've got food in their hands, because it is kind of like a pitch-in. So what we do is we'll have a food runner come up and just take the food from them, and then the food runner has to make sure that there's no nuts in the food, because we are a nut-free facility. And sometimes people just forget, and they just, you know, maybe we'll buy something with nuts on it, like unintentionally. But if that's happened, you know, it won't get brought to the back. But they bring the food to the back. We have a couple people who work the kitchen, and it's just to make sure, you know, the food's laid out. When something's empty, it gets thrown away. If we need spoons, how do we serve this? When people get up, they'll go and wipe their area so new people can sit down, make sure there's plenty of plates and napkins. But, you know, it's just a big deal working the kitchen. And so anyway, they come in, I'll greet them. I've always worked the front door, like that's always my thing, but I greet them. We'll have the food runner come up, grab their food. We'll tell them to go in and hang up their coats. And like I said, they've got kids and sometimes car seats, and then they'll come to the front desk and we give them name tags, just because it's always nice to know like who you're talking to, and the kids will put their name tags on the back. Then they just, you know, kind of point out, here's where Santa is, here's where the reindeer is. We've got, you know, just kind of tell them like the highlights. Don't forget the bathrooms here. Santa's coming at this time. So they just kind of, you know what's going on. We'll have 2 of our motor rooms open up, and those are rooms where there's trampolines and swings so the kids can, you know, bounce around and have a great time. And then there's the kitchen. So we do try to, you know, cordon some of the center off, you know, where we leave the lights off and say, you know, this part of the center is closed. And we have the fridges stocked with, you know, sodas and waters and juice boxes and all kinds of that stuff. So it's kind of a big production. We actually start planning our Christmas parties in like July. Like by July, we have the dates settled, and we have to start reaching out to the photo booth people and the reindeer people just to get them on the books, and just so we know that they need to be with us. So anyway, that's that. So I will check in probably during the party. Shauna's coming, and she'll probably grab my camera and do a little bit of videotaping just for, you know, privacy stuff. Like whenever you see kids, their faces will be blurred out. So if you see that, you'll know why. And then tomorrow we have a really exciting thing happening at our house. I'm not going to tell you, but it's something we've been talking about doing for a while, and kind of talking and looking and talking and looking, and now it's just kind of come together. So we're gonna do something tomorrow that we've been talking about and planning, so I will bring you along on that. And I don't know if you guys can see, but like, I'm gonna zoom in. I love this lipstick color. It is like, it's red, but it's kind of like a blue red. And I'm much more partial to blue reds than like orange reds, but I love it. And the color is called Oh Miley, and it's by Marc Jacobs. But I saw it on another YouTuber, and you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this lipstick. And then I looked in her description, and she had, you know, marked it down, and then I had a coupon for like $25 off a purchase at Sephora. So I'm like, oh, I have to buy it. So it's like getting this lipstick for free. But I still ended up, you know, you have to spend $75 to get 25 off. So I still had to spend $50. But anyway, it seemed like a great deal. But I really like it, and it's a really, I've had Marc Jacobs lip glosses before, but like this one is just like really a creamy lipstick that I like. So I hope you've gone out and checked out my latest videos. I have one on Christmas gifts, and I think we're gonna do a second one, because I was like, you know what, I didn't write my list good, because I have all these other really great, what I think are great Christmas gift ideas. So we might do a second one, and then we're also getting ready next week to put up a video with my son Brad in it, and he went over his top 19 Christmas movies. They're all comedies, but they're movies to get you in the Christmas mood. So he kind of talks through them a little bit, what year, what they're rated, so if it's more for adults or if kids can enjoy it. And then he actually and he couldn't rank them. I'm like, can you go down to 10? Nope, we had to stick with 19. But he did give us like his top 5. At the end of the movie, he was able to say, okay, like this is my top 5. Watch out for that video. So after the party today, there's always like a lot of cleanup. We always have so much food, and there's always people who just very lovingly, thankfully, stay behind and help clean up the kitchen and stuff like that. So that's always really helpful because we have a ton of food that will be wonderfully and happily eaten on come Monday. So, okay, I'll see you guys during the party. Bye. What they'll do is we send them here first to hang up their coat, and sometimes if it's really cold, we'll have a ton of coats. It's not so cold today, but then they can just kind of remember. Sometimes we'll have 3 to 4 coat racks, but since it wasn't so cold this year, we just rented 2. But we always kind of mark them so they remember, okay, I was on the snowman snow rack, so they don't have to, or snowman coat rack, so they don't have to look through 100 of them. Then we'll ask them to come up to the front desk and make a name tag. So Shauna, let's go make you a name tag.
Oh, yes.
And then we have food runners that'll take the food and run back for parents. We have a really cool photo booth. And our friends at Circle City Selfies. So it's really cool, and you have like you can like pick up cute little things.
So what exactly is Circle City Selfies?
Well, you get to, I'll explain it, then I'll let them explain it. But you get to come and stand in front of this cool backdrop. Come and look here. Okay, so we know what we're doing. It'll take 3 pictures of us.
Cool.
Then we'll actually get a printout, and then they'll also email one to you.
How cool is that?
So you can get 1 picture, then Santa will come. So it's a really fun. This is the first year we've used other photo booths, but we've switched to these guys, and they're going to come and do our July 4th parade too.
Yeah.
So you definitely have to stop and get a photo. Now, can you guys?
You explained it really well. Yeah.
And they've gone to all our parties. Last week they were down in Newburgh and Clarksville.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were traveling all over. They were in West Lafayette yesterday, and they'll be in Bloomington next week. So it's a really nice keepsake memento for the families. It actually has Christmas 2019 and says LittleStar.
Oh, okay.
So there's 3 poses.
Very
cool. We put up signs where everybody's going to be. So Santa will usually come and take a lot of photos. We have a band from Carmel High School, a little jazz ensemble trio, and they're playing some festive music. So this is a new area we have. This is where we just built. We just did destruction and construction. But we have cubicles that are going to be dropped down here.
Very cool.
4 cubes are going here because this actually was 2 offices. We have this is our childhood behavior intervention program. This is the motor room. Hey, nice to see you. Good.
This is cool.
We've got like swings and trampolines, and these are the spring-free trampolines, and you can get put an adult on them, and you can get so much height on them, like smack the ceiling high. We left 1 room open for the kids. And so Reindeer will come in and be down there because Reindeer kind of likes colder, but it's just by the door. And then we have lots of food, lots of yummy food. We have and Shelly. So we have Lulu and Shelly. Shelly is like a mother-in-law of Tim that you met.
Okay.
And so she comes, Lulu comes every year and helps in the kitchen, which would be so much. And then Shelly is our facilities manager, but they'll just make sure that the food gets put out, that it's empty food is so great that when people leave, that they'll clean the area, because there'll be waves of people eating for all of eternity. So we got all our savories over there and sweets over here. To be just gifts that are thrown away. I want something that people will really, here comes my Aunt Miga and our dog Migo. Look, it's Newberry. He's all handsome. He's got a tie on. Hey, New. So we're meeting Newberry. He's all dressed up with a tie. I think his tie is new. I don't think I've seen him so formal.
He has only worn the tie once.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he likes to space out his outfits.
Thank you. Nice we don't tell anybody what the gifts are. Like, the gifts are super secret. But this year was a great gift, but it was heavy, and I forgot that. I got to schlep all these babies around.
Man.
But anyway, they got
Oh my gosh, gosh, that's
Little
so
Star
nice.
glasses. So there's 4 of them, but last year was blankets. They were big, but they were light. This year was, so yeah, so every staff person and every family gets one.
Hello! Hello, everyone! Hello!
I love these. The animal
so this,
head.
Yeah, Pat mounted, see all those boards that they're on?
Yeah.
Pat made each one of those and stained it and mounted those heads on there.
Wow. So were they just big old stuffed animals that he just cut the heads off?
No, we actually bought those, but it's kind of a long story, but we actually got a grant to make that room in honor of somebody, Mr. DeVoe from JD Byrider, and he was an avid hunter, and his wife didn't let him have any dead things at home, so his conference room, which is like 8 times that size, had just dead animal, dead stuff. Like he had like a reindeer, like it was crazy, like the stuff that he had. So when we got the money, I just, so anybody who knows Jim comes in and just cracks them up. Like they're like, oh, So
that is so funny.
Yeah,
I love that's really clever.
It took a while to collect it. And in the corner there's like a pig and a chicken, so I call it bacon and eggs. And then I know, did you see the one that's a butt?
I did it. I didn't really take a good.
There's a butt.
So did you come up with that idea?
Yeah.
That is so clever.
Yeah,